Are you ready for a good chat? Go on and tune in to the Go On Men podcast. It's your place to go with your host, David GSA Wrestling, and co-host, Ryan Iconic Shadows.
And welcome back to the Go On podcast. We are on episode 8. I am your boy, David GSA Wrestling.
And it's me, your boy Ryan Iconic Shadows. Hope you're doing okay today.
And we're talking about our history as friends. Basically, there's the key four. There's me. Obviously, I'm the oldest. I am 31. By the time I'm recording this, I will be... by the time I'm listening to this, I'll be 30-fucking-1.
I bet that's weird for you to think.
Then it's Paddy, innit?
Yeah, I think he's slightly older than me.
Then it's you, and then Ed. So it goes that way. It took we met when we was playing WWE. I think it was 2K11 or 2K12. It was one of them two games. We made a clan called GSA Wrestling, and that's where I get my name from. Who came up with that? Was it because of Green Street, wasn't it? When we all watched the Green Street movie, that's how we came up with the name. And then fucking Ryan said something, and that's how it came. We called it GSA, but I think I added the wrestling. I think to my name, I think it was just GSA, but I think I added the wrestling. And yeah, that I use that name for YouTube, TikTok. I use it for everything now. Wrestling. I might as well make wrestling my last name. You know. So actually, here's an ironic story for you, just before we get into that one. Do you know a woman actually thought my name was GSA Wrestling?
No, did they?
In America, like, obviously at this point I was doing YouTube, I was doing videos with, like, you know, the games we're on about playing. We're doing it. Oh, by the way, that might end up happening at some point where we're playing games. So I don't know if we can put that on I don't think we can put that on TikTok, can we? We might have to do two for that one. We might have to do one for YouTube and one for Spotify. But then it's going to be a bit weird trying to pull it off. We don't know about doing games, but I don't think it's going to work on, because they're not going to see what we're arguing about on Spotify. Anyway, I went into a Discord chat with her. Before I've closed my Discord down, by the way. We might have to do one for the Go On podcast, you know, so people can come and talk to us. If we could actually ever do at one point a Q&A, Ryan.
Yeah, well, people could submit them and stuff.
No, I mean, like, you know, go into a Discord chat.
Yeah.
And then pull it up. Yeah, I would think of something. Anyway, that's if we got big enough. Anyway, so she comes in and we're talking, and then we go on webcam, and she's like, "Oh." So it says, and I said, "Do you want to know my name?" She goes, "Oh, it's GSA Wrestling." And I was like, "Fuck no." No, she said my first name because obviously I used David GSA. She went, "David GSA Wrestling," and I was like, "No, is it bollocks?" So that's me, my like handle. It doesn't mean it's my name. So she actually knows my proper name, because like I obviously told her my proper name after that. Yeah, she was quite a good girl. She was an American. I think she was younger than me. It's always nice to see. But anyway, going back to our story. So we started a clan called GSA Wrestling. We planned. How many people did we have in that? About 80 people.
It's quite a lot because obviously I joined in a bit after it started to build up a bit.
Well, the key people was me and Paddy. No, you was there at the start because you was definitely there because you was one of the main wrestlers. You was tagging up with Ed at that point. I think you was had the tag team belts at that point.
Oh right, you got a better memory than I have.
I think it was you with tag team belts with Ed, because you and Ed were really good as a tag team. I think the only people who knocked you off was me and Paddy, because me and Paddy were elite when we got to a tag team. Paddy was holding the TV championship, and I was holding the WWE or like the whatever belt we called it. I think it was GSA belt. DSA World Heavyweight Champion, was it, or something? It was something stupid like that. I was holding that. We got about 80 people from America, Canada, England. Was there another country? I feel like there was another country. I feel like there was like 4 main countries. Anyway, we all ended up getting together, and at that point I was in MEW as well, Main Event Wrestling in America. So I was running one company and I was working in another company, online. That went on for about a year. Then we decided to do a brand split, and that made it. You know what? If we'd not done the brand split, it probably would have carried on a lot longer. The brand split fucked us. So when we tried to, because there was that many people, and that many people wanted, like, because on Raw people would show up and like there'd be like 50 people wanting a fucking match. And you're like, bro, that's 25 matches, or like, even if we do fatal four ways, I was like, it was impossible. It was like something like 15 fucking matches, wasn't it? So we ended up trying to do the band split, and then you was taking, if I remember rightly, I did Raw, Paddy was on SmackDown, and Ed was doing NXT.
Yeah, that might have been
Right.
the case.
I think it was, yeah, because you and Ned said, oh, we'll do Wednesday nights, because I didn't want to do Wednesdays, I wanted to do Mondays, and Paddy wanted to do Friday nights, so I was doing Mondays, and then people would show up from NXT, and I'm like, no, you're on NXT, you're not on Raw, and they're like, oh, can I have a match? So I then end up shoving them in a match, then I tell you, I was a fucking baller. Right, but when it got started, it was alright. Then that went to shit, and then, what was the one we took over? I don't know. There was something else we did. We tried doing it again, and then we sacked it off because it was too much pain in the ass to set up. But we always end up playing wrestling games together. Then you all started playing Minecraft, if I remember it. When Minecraft came, I think you all started playing Minecraft. You're like, come on, Minecraft. I'm like, fuck no. But they all went to PlayStation 4 before me, and I was like 2 years behind you. I got onto PS4. And then we organised meeting up, didn't we? Is that not when we organised meeting up?
I think it might have been, yeah.
Yeah, because I lived on my own, so and it was like obviously in England because at one point I was living in Scotland. So Paddy makes a phone call to me and says, "Can I stay at yours?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." So he comes from obviously fucking where's he live?
I think it was Gloucester at the time. I don't know if he
Right,
still
Gloucester.
is.
So he comes up from Gloucester to my town, and then he's meant to be staying in mine the night. So it was like 2-3 hour drive, wasn't it? Once after
Yeah.
work for him, and he had to come up. He bought the tickets for everybody, if I remember rightly, because he was like, I think he got paid, and he was like, oh fuck it, I'll buy everybody's tickets, and everybody give me the money when I came up. It was only like 35 quid a ticket, wasn't it? So definitely.
Yeah.
So he came and stayed in mine the night. The night he pulled up at mine, I was sat playing World War Two. So that was about 4 or 5 years ago. I was playing World War Two in the front, playing zombies, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to listen out because obviously Paddy's coming up, and it's like Nathan's like, oh, cool. So Paddy knocks on, and it was like going knock. It was like the BFG knocking on my fucking door. Like I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'8" now. Paddy's about 6'2", 6'3". I felt like a fucking dwarf. I'm small. The funny thing is I'm the oldest and I'm the shortest out the fucking lot of us. So Paddy comes in and then he gets me into watching Vikings. No, we watched Raw that night. I think Raw was on one because it was when Raw and SmackDown were Monday and Tuesday, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
So we stayed up watching Raw. Then we went bed. And then I think I woke up 10, 11 o'clock, something like that. I went and got my haircut, I remember like that. Fucking... Then we was on the way down, where we was predicting like who we thought was going to win. Oh no, that wasn't. That was when we went to Finger. We was talking all the way down because you don't know who was on that match card, do you? Because it was in Leeds. We came down. We picked Ryan and Ed up, and I'm like offering Ryan or Ed the front seat because I'm tiny, and Paddy's car's fucking huge. So I was like, "Do you want to get it front?" No, they're like, "No, we'll get it back together." I was like, "All right, cool." So then I'm like, the funny thing is, like, I had so much room at the front. I'm like, "Do you need any extra room? Because I can pull my seat forward because I've got 60 fucking yards." I've never felt like an umpa in a car. I felt like an umpa in Paddy's car. We get to Leeds. Did we get there a couple of hours before? It was a couple of hours before. Wasn't it?
Might have done, yeah.
I feel like I've done a lot of talking. Do you want to carry on from when we got to Leeds? Because that involves you now. You was in the car. Well, you can talk about driving up to Leeds.
Well, I remember one year, because I think I might have gone to Ed's, so it was easier for Paddy.
Yeah.
For you two to pick us up. So you picked us up. We had a chat about Chesterfield and stuff. So then on the way, I think it was either on the way or on the way back, we got a KFC or a Burger King, and I think it might have been you or Paddy. One of you weren't too happy that they didn't have the full menu or something, I think.
Me, I was pissed because I wanted a Big Daddy meal and they didn't have nothing on. I was fucking furious. I remember because I wanted a Big Daddy meal because if you remember, I think it was coming back because I think we ate when we got there. If I remember rightly, when we got there, we went and found like I think we even had a pasty or something like that because we had like an hour or two for kill beforehand. We went to that shop and we got sandwiches and shit, if you remember.
Yeah.
And we was having drinks outside, and then we got inside, because at this point Enzo and Cass were still wrestling in WWE.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, I think because I bought that cap, didn't I, with Enzo symbol on it. You know, the fucking with the. I've still got that cap, by the way, in bedroom with the fucking poker with the lion skin inside of it, the cap,
Yeah.
lion print. Fucking obviously we did that. Should we talk about what happened inside the arena where we all went off?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
We was all like shouting our nuts off. Then we thought we had no voice left, and then we got in the car. And at the time, Bobby Roode was doing that trend on NXT where he was going, where he was all bobbing the heads when they dropped the beat. Do you remember Glory when they used to pop the heads?
Yeah.
I still had that video. Do you know what? I wish I still had that video because I probably would have looked to. Anyway, it was in the car together and we was all doing that video. And Paddy was met coming and going, "What the fuck was you doing?" Right? Never did it. Like we're all waiting for Paddy to drop in, and I'm like looking over at Paddy, like, "Come on, man, get in." Didn't do shit. And then, weren't we all shouting "Charlotte's on fire" or something like that? Or something like that? No, it was the Bailey song.
Yeah.
Ooh, we want some Bailey. Ooh, we want some. Oh, was that one? No, was Bailey up then? She was, wasn't she? Was
Yeah, I
Bailey on
think
main
so.
roster? It was either shouts or something. We were singing something. I remember us all shouting through the car park, and then we had to drive back to you. Yeah, that's when we went to KFC on the way back because we went to that garage, didn't we? Because Paddy wanted to get something to eat and drink, and I think we was all starving afterwards because we got put on Chris Jericho's list that night as well. If you remember, yeah, we did that, and then we dropped you off. I can't remember. Where did we drop you off?
Probably back at Ed's, I assume.
Might have been. I remember dropping you off somewhere. Like we didn't drop him off at middle of nowhere. Let's put it that way. We dropped him off somewhere where they were safe, because there was the younger ones. Obviously, we wanted to make sure they got on. They wasn't young, but how old would you have been about at that point? I was about 25, 24. 25?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it must have been 25 because it couldn't have been 26 because I had that court case and you knew about the court case I was dealing with at that point at 26.
Yeah.
So it would have been before that because we was all having a laugh. We had a cracking picture of that. I don't know if we've still got that picture. You know where we was all fucking fingered. Oh, and,
I think I think it might be one of my cover photos. If you have a look.
But yeah, we took a picture as all we had. It was a really good time. The funny thing is, like, we thought it would be awkward because, like, we knew each other over online, but we didn't know each other in real life. We was concerned it was going to be awkward because, like, obviously Ryan and Ned actually know each other in real life and they're really close friends. And me and Paddy were like, the thing is, me and Paddy clicked the night before, you know, when he came up. So, like, it was like two groups met, even though we knew each other all together, we didn't really ever meet in public. You know what I mean? So we all thought it would be a bit weird, but we actually just got on. It was really good. I remember dropping you off, and then Paddy nearly kills us on the way up.
Bloody hell.
It wasn't his fault. The thing is, right, if you think he drove up the day before and he'd been up road 4, 5, 6 hours, because, like, he messaged me at 3 o'clock saying he was on his fucking way, and I think he pulled up at mine at 8 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? So, like, obviously that happened. And then, obviously, he only got, like, a couple hours sleep. Then he was back in the car the day after, driving back for come and get used. That was, like, 2, 3 hours from my house. Then we had to drive to Leeds. That was 2 hours the other way, or 3 hours. Then back, you know what I mean? Then drop you off, then come back to mine. So it was like, you're talking, he did about fucking 8 hours driving that day. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, by the time we got home, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. Do you know we managed to get food, by the way?
Did you?
Yeah, as we got home, we got pizzas. We wasn't stupid. Because was it SmackDown game recorded? Fuck me. Oh no, that was the recording. Wasn't it like a live show we went to? It was a live event, wasn't it? It wasn't a real recording, was it? It was a live event.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm gutted you guys never came to that. Realistically, I should have planned and just let you come and stay at mine. You know, get a train to man. I'm gutted you wasn't at the AJ Styles thing.
Yeah.
I basically we paid like £90 a ticket. Me and just for that one event, we paid £90 a ticket. It was like
Yeah, but I got to meet him in person, so.
Yeah, but you didn't see him win the WWE belt. Which is better, meeting him in public or fucking watching him win
It
the
was
WWE
2016 when we all met up.
belt? Was it? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
So I would have been like 26 then, wouldn't I? I must have been going through that court case then. When we met up. I must have been.
I'll send it to you now.
By the way,
you
was
took
it...
the picture and sent it me, so I don't know how I've got it.
Because I think... I sent it to everybody. Holy shit. I'm so fucking... Yeah, because... Mate, I look so young in that picture. It's disgusting. I look so fucking... That's like... So if that was 2016... I would have been 26. It's fucking 5 years, bro. I think Paddy looks older. Paddy looks so much older now, brother. If you look at Paddy in that picture, even you technically look older than that picture. So does Ed. Fucking hell, man. 5 years. Do you know it's mad because it took us 5 years for meet last time. It took us about 5-6 years to meet last time, so it's true. The thing is, look, because we live so far apart, it's not like we live like really close. Like me and Ryan's probably the closest to each other. Like we're 2 hours away, 3 hours away, but it's like a nightmare because I don't drive. But like, because we live so far away, it's hard to organise meeting up with the boys. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, you've got work. Paddy's doing fucking having kids. I can't believe Paddy's the first one to have kids, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of can't. It's a strange one.
Mate, I'll never get over that he slept with someone's mum. Fucking beyond me. Do you know what though? He's a nice lad, so I get why. But fucking hell, bro. Yeah, but like he's technically had 2 kids, by the way. If you think about it, he's had 2 kids. Paddy.
Yeah.
Who do you think's next?
Don't know really. You nearly had one, didn't you?
Mate, I've had about 7, technically. If you're going off like kids that have died, I've had about 6, 7. I'm gonna say you. I feel like you miss. Yeah. Ruby, get up, up. Sorry, dog's prattling about. Yeah, you're the more likely. I'll give you the reason now. Ryan's in a committed relationship. Is married, right? The reason you will have kids first is that your missus will want them before I will.
Alright.
And I'm not saying that in a problematic way. What I'm saying is, I'm in no rush to have kids. I want to meet the right person. I want to settle down. So, that's the reason you will not see me have kids anytime soon. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I see what you mean.
I don't know what your feeling is on it.
I look forward to the day when that sort of thing gets figured out and stuff.
Are you ready for kids?
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's why I say you're more likely to have kids. Because, like, you know you're ready, you're in a committed relationship, and you love the woman. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I love it to bits.
But, like, I'm not in a committed relationship, and I'm not in love with anybody. So, that's the reason I'm saying I won't. Do you know what I mean? But you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. I think Paddy will be the next one married.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me because his is already in a relationship.
Yeah, it's that plus fucking do you know what the bad thing is? Do you think the daughter will show up to the wedding?
Well, yeah, I'd assume so.
Mate, that's going to be an awkward fucking... I'm not going to that wedding. At all. No offence to Paddy, I'm just not going. Like, because, like, that's just awkward. And I will make it more awkward. That's the thing that scared me about coming your wedding, when, like, obviously before COVID. Like, I was shit scared of coming because I thought, if I get put next to Paddy, because obviously you're going to have to placemat everybody, and obviously you're going to put me outside of Paddy because I'm the only person, or Ed, because it's the only two people I fucking know. I was like, this is going to be awkward as fuck. Because, like, the thing is, I don't take joke, like, I'm one of those that don't care what comes out my mouth, especially when I've had a drink. So, like, I then can't drink the whole fucking night. Do you know what I mean? Because if I start drinking, I'm going to go, listen, it's a bit awkward when, like, the daughter comes around and, like, you've been banging the mum. Do you know, like, because that's the sound of shit that would come out my mouth, because, like, I generally don't fucking care. Imagine that conversation. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, the one thing COVID saved me was getting my ass whooped by fucking Paddy for saying something about his bird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's, do you know what I mean? Fucking. I'm just not the fucking best at thingy. You know what I mean? Keeping my mouth shut. Do you know what I mean? So. I'm trying to think of anything else the boys have done together. Is there anything else the boys have done?
I can touch briefly on this. I think we did mention it before in an old podcast, but when people have lost their jobs because of the pandemic, Ed lost his job at National Holidays.
Paddy's not been able to fucking wrestle for nearly a year because of it.
Bigger if when he gets fully back into it, if maybe he gets a finisher or a signature or a t-shirt and he gives us a little call out on it.
Yo, bro, if he wants fucking... the thing is, like, I was on about this the other day. Like, if I can get back in shape and I can go back wrestling, I wouldn't tell Paddy I was making an appearance on one of his shows. I'd just fucking show up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just wouldn't tell him.
Yeah.
Like, if I was wrestling that night and so was Paddy, I just wouldn't tell him. I'd just show up and shit him up. But Paddy, do you know what? Paddy is athletically gifted. If you watch Paddy wrestle, have you seen Paddy wrestle?
I've seen a video of it, but I've never watched it in full.
No,
It's very good.
Yeah, he looks sick. Like, he fucking properly looks like, you know, like how they say, oh, like, it looks like he knows what the fuck he's doing. And I was quite surprised because, like, I thought like he'd be fucking. You know when you like say, oh, he's going to be mediocre. I honestly thought Paddy was going to be mediocre. Do you know what I mean? Like, no offense to Paddy, but like, the funny thing is, we've all dreamed of being wrestlers at one point because that's why we started playing wrestling games. But like, Paddy's actually doing it, and he's actually hitting it out the park. Do you know what I mean? Or he wouldn't be doing it as long as he has been doing it. He's either doing it because he loves it, or he's really good at it. Do you know what I mean? But what I've seen of him, he's basically going through, and this is the thing where I feel like I'm too old now. He's going through where, you know, where he gets hazed and shit while he's wrestling.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what he's going through at the minute, and the longer that lasts, the bit pain in the ass it's going to be for him.
Oh right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like, obviously Paddy's a nice guy, but I feel like even though he's a nice guy, at some point Paddy's going to be like, fuck this shit. Do you know what I mean? You never know, though. The thing is, I hope he does get signed with WWE, because then he can do an official podcast with us after his first debut. Do you know what I mean? Yo, do you think I've got a question. Do you think we'd have applied to WWE to do that? You know, if Paddy got signed by WWE, do you think we'd have a conversation with WWE about Paddy fucking thinking? Like if we was doing an interview with Paddy, do you think we'd have to get in contact with WWE for doing the interview with Paddy, or do you think Paddy would just join band?
I don't know, to be honest. Depends on what the contract's like at the time.
No, because like the reason I'm saying this is because like you know the TikTok situation and the Twitch situation and the Cameo situation. Like I'm wondering like where they draw the line at like where they're micromanaging the shit out of the fucking wrestlers. Do you know what I mean?
I suppose it'd be a situation where we'd have to just find it out, I
I feel
suppose.
like Paddy would just tell them to go fuck themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like he'd be like, "Oh, I'm doing a podcast for the boys." The thing is, after his debut, he'd be because like it'd be a no name. It wouldn't be a big name, but like the views he would get because if he had a debut and a half, like say he did like a jump attack at the end of a fucking match on like a big pay per view for NXT. Do you know what I mean? The likelihood of this Paddy that could happen, but like, apparently they're not stopping NXT UK. Just
Oh,
like,
they're not?
no. Apparently it was just something to do with changing the name or some shit. I don't know what the fuck. They're carrying on NXT UK. You know? I don't get why though, because they don't fucking use them properly anyway. Pete Dunne should have been moved to main roster like fucking months ago. But like if Paddy got signed by WWE, like the thing is, we've all supported each other, so we'd all be there behind him. You know, like if he did get signed by WWE, he's technically wrestled with someone from WWE though.
All right.
Carlitos, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
So he's technically wrestled with someone who's been in WWE and has been back in WWE as well. Because he was in the Royal Rumble, wasn't
Ah, yes, it was.
he? That's amazing to me. Like he's wrestled with someone who we watched when we was kids, or when I was a kid. Not maybe you, but maybe me more so. Because I remember I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Do you know what I mean? I remember that fucking clip. But yeah, no, fucking. Do you know what? I hope Paddy does well because he deserves it because like he works his ass off for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like
I know what
Paddy.
you mean, yeah.
I hope he no because right. The thing is, Paddy's a big lad. Do you know what? Vince should sign him purely because he's a big guy. Because Vince loves big, tall, fucking lanky shits, doesn't
Yeah,
he? You know what I
definitely.
mean? Like me and you, he won't be asked because we're 5 foot fucking. I'm 5'8". You're what 5'11", 5'10".
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Paddy's like 6 foot fucking. I'd say Paddy's got to be like 6'3", 6 foot, give or take. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking Paddy's a unit, and he's a big lad anyway. So like fucking, I'd be surprised if Paddy doesn't hit it out. Like if Paddy makes a name for himself on the independent. So say like, how old's Paddy now? About 22, 23. Nah, he's older
No,
than
it's
that,
like
isn't
26. Like
he?
26 now.
When the fuck did he start wrestling? He's gonna be wrestling like 3, 4 years now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Because he was training when we met up. Because he just started training then, didn't he? That was 2016. Do you know what I mean?
He's definitely
And
been at it a while now.
fuck no. Do you know what? It's crazy for think that he's been wrestling that long. Because I'm like, oh, he's only started. I'm like, no, he's not. He's been doing it a while now. The thing is, like, I feel like I'm too older. Even if I want to get into wrestling with the, you know what I mean. But I've always thought, like, if I got signed, say, like, obviously I went back to wrestling, and I got signed by WWE, I'd want a ticket for all you guys that come to my first show down over there. So say like
Yeah.
obviously I skip NXT and go to the main roster. I'd want you, Paddy, and fucking Ed though, up front row. Or like,
Yeah, sounds good to
or
me.
even fucking if I can fucking pull it off, you can come and be you know when they stand ringside.
Yeah.
Paddy might get away with it. You might not do. Paddy might get away with it because he's a wrestler, you know, so he can take a bump. But like you guys have never took a bump properly, have you?
I've took one. I did like a tiny bit of training.
Yeah, well then they might let you take a fucking knee bump. Seth Rollins comes and knee bumps you. But no, like I've always like because like even like you know when we do like the wrestling games, if you think like the reps thing came from my name, then your name, then Ed's name, then Paddy, and then I added Sam for Dreps. Obviously, Sam. At some point, me and Sam might talk, but at the minute, like, I feel like because I'm so much older than Sam, I just generally can't be arsed with his bullshit. So I'm like, fuck off, you know what I mean? Because Sam's got to be like, what, 20, 21, 22?
I'm not sure, to be honest. It could be
Have you,
about right, to be honest.
have you seen his fucking bird, by the way?
I can't remember, probably. Seen a picture.
I think his bird's younger than him. Uh, the thing is, like, because we all know each other too, the thing is, me and Sam know how to push each other's buttons. But me and Sam's always had problems. Even from, like, when we first got together. Me and Sam's always had issues with each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Sam's look at life has always been a cunt. It was like the autism, you know, because obviously, shout out to autism awareness, by the way. I tweeted that out the other day on my Facebook. My younger brother's got autism. So I grew up with autism, with like my younger brother being autistic. And when he turned round, this is where me and Sam had a massive argument, because he turned round and said, autistic kids are just naughty twats. I went, no, it's just that they can't function proper. And he went, no, it's that they're being little cunts. And I turned around and said, listen, when you find out, when you've been around, because I ended up arguing for 20 minutes, and at the end of the conversation I turned around and said, when you have an autistic kid around you, you will realise how much work and effort it takes to put into. And I think it was like 5 years later, something like that, he messaged me going, yeah, I've just found out one of my cousins got autism. I get where he was coming from. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's because I'm so much older.
You got a different perspective, sort of.
Yeah. And it's same with, it's why me and Nathan clash sometimes. It's because I'm so much older than, like, him. Nathan's like 20, 21. I'm so much older that I've got more of a mature fucking brain on myself, and, like, I can't be asked with immature fucking arrogant shit. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I just tell it how it is, so I don't care. But, like, they don't like that. Like, oh, fuck, you know what I mean? So it's one of those. The funny thing is, me and you just never argued.
True.
I don't think me and Paddy's ever argued. I don't think me and Ed, us four never argued between each other. You and Ed might have. I don't know if you and Ed have. You might have had a fallout. I don't know. You've never told me about it.
Not that I can really remember.
If you can't remember it, it can't be that big of a fucking deal. Like, I feel like if anybody was going to argue, it'd be you and Ed, but it's because because you know each other so well, and you see each other every day. Whereas, like, realistically, we don't talk that much, me and Ryan, outside of the podcast at the minute, because we want to try and keep the conversation. Well, we do talk, but we don't talk, like, in depth, because we want to try and leave everything fresh for when the podcast comes, so it feels like you're having a conversation with us rather than, like, it being fucking us. Oh, we've wrote our scripts. Let's look at our script. Don't get me wrong, I write down bullet points and shit. Like, if we're doing, like, top fives or something, that I write shit down like that, but, like, I then go in depth from what I've wrote down, you know what I mean? Ryan doesn't write shit down. Ryan's is off the cuff every time. How he does that, I do not know. I have to write my shit down. But no, I do know what the funny thing is. It's not going to be a long one today. It's probably been about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. The thing is, me and Ryan know each other so well that it feels like I'm just talking to my friend rather than me like it's a podcast. You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
It's like an hour talking to my mate and catching up and talking about random shit that we do anyway. Just for an emphasis of this, me and Ryan were sending random shitty it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and me and Ryan were up, and Ryan sending me shitty videos of different song artists try to one up each other about Paddy. As a practical joke, that like me and Ryan's like, if Paddy finds out we're gonna die, he's going to fucking kill us, because like it was like we can't bring him up, but there's loads of socks.
It was just a bit of a
ripping his girlfriend.
I'm sure he would find it.
He would find it funny, but he'd be pissed at the same time. The one I sent was bad. The one that I sent was fucked. Like, Ryan kept it mediocre, and then I went in with like the bombshell, and Ryan was like, "Oh fuck." But like, the thing is, like he would take it at first a bit. He wouldn't be pissed, but like he'd probably say something to us like, "Oh, you need to pack it in," like, because it would piss him off at some point. But like, yeah, it was funny because we kept sending it. It was just stupid video clips we kept sending each other, but it was funny. We always do that though. I think, yeah. Did you watch that video I sent you the other day?
I can't remember, to be honest.
About the fucking I think it was a comedian. I think it was a comedian. I've not got my volume on. Yeah, it was. It was an Australian comedian, and there was a woman in the fucking audience, and she shouts, "My boyfriend's only got one tit. Has got one tit." Right? And he's like, whoa, let me break this down. You said my boyfriend's got one tit. He's like, yeah. And he went, he spots the boyfriend and he goes, so even when he got one tit, did you used to have two tits? Like, he's like, no. And he's like, so you didn't have tits then? And then, like, he flops out this tit, and it's like a man tit, but it looks like a proper tit. But, like, he's always sat, his chest is flat. Just this one tit is fucking, like, inflated, like a man boob.
Bloody hell.
So funny. But, like, he did a joke about, Prince Charles. And why he's doing the stand-up, they just announced that that he died. So they sell this Prince. He's like, doesn't Prince Charles look like he's like 3,000 years old and look like a scrotum? And then fucking some woman goes out at the crowd. He's just died, and he went fuck off. And then he gets this guy's phone. And it's like King thing he's died. Do you know what? I love stand-up comedy like that. Oh, that's another embarrassing story. Do you know what you know most about? Did you know about the stand-up comedy I did?
I don't think I do.
I don't think I've ever told you this because I was like really young. This is back when I was with the youth fair. I can sort of just for extend time a bit, but like fucking, I was with the youth fair, and obviously we're doing stand-up comedy. And fucking, as we're doing this stand-up comedy show, we have to write our own fucking joke. Now I've got a sense of humour, but obviously at this point, like, all my jokes were I had to keep them PG. Right, and the only thing I could come up with was, how, like, when I say I'm old and I feel old, but like I can't run as fast as I could when I was young. But like my youth fair teacher used to say I feel old, but that motherfucker could run. So I was taking the piss out of my tutor because he always says, "Oh, I feel like an old man," and then he fucking out sprints us all by like fucking 600 yards. Do you know what I mean? So I was taking the piss out of him. My mate was a prick and stood up and told a dinner lady joke, and the room was full of dinner ladies. Yeah, tough crowd. And then what did Ant do? I can't remember what Ant did. Ant wasn't that funny, but he like properly laid into fat dinner lady. He kept calling them fat dinner lady, and me and Sanders like, you fucking didn't look at who's in the crowd here, kid. Like, you could see these women like fucking, when they get the stick, like, I was like, these are gonna come out with some like baseball bats or some shit. You know what I mean? Warriors come out to play. I'm like, yo, you on your own, right? You're right. You know what I mean? But no, fucking shit. Like, the thing is, like, we know each other, and this is the disturbing thing. We know each other out inside and out. Like, we do, because like we've told each other umpteen stories. Like, I think I was one of the first people to congratulate you when you was getting married.
Yeah, I believe so.
I know, like, I didn't know about the wedding because, like, Ryan planned the wedding and totally forgot fucking tell me that it was coming. Because, like, obviously the thing is, like, you didn't need to tell me, but like I was like, oh, the thing is, because the bad thing is, it like took me 2 days to realise you'd even got fucking married. I was like, oh shit. Because like the thing is with Ryan, I'll tell you, I don't check Facebook anymore. I fucking hate Facebook. Like, I don't use Twitter that often, but like Facebook I don't touch. I only really use Messenger, so I don't check Facebook. So like Ryan posted it, and like usually I'd be straight on and I'd be like, oh, nice one, you know what I mean, congratulations, blah blah blah. 2 days, so I felt like then I had to go and send an apology message to him. Even though I didn't fucking know. I was like, oh, congratulations, sorry, I didn't know. I felt like a kid, your kid goes and tells your parents, I'm sorry, promise. Fucking, did Ed go to that bad though? Your wedding?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Was he your best man? Who did you pick as your best man?
Ed and somebody I knew from work.
Oh, that Ryan Yates.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember Ryan Yates. He was on the Infinity podcast, so I was a member. Yeah, no, fucking, it looked good, mate. What I said at your wedding looked amazing. The Mr. and Mrs. I was laughing at that. I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, I am like, if I ever get married, that shit's happening. Like, Mr. What did you have? Was it a shoe?
It was like a like a table tennis racket thing.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, I thought it was a shoe. I tell you what I'm thinking of Mini Minter, you know, when he's done it, you know, on Mr. and Mrs. And they use like a man's shoe and a fucking woman's shoe. It's like a high heel and a fucking normal tennis shoe or something. Definitely doing that. If I ever get married, that shit's happening. I want to play games like that because I don't fucking... You two know each other too well, by the way. Fuck. It's like, no, but the thing is, like, I usually get like a couple makes a mistake, don't they? Do you know what I mean? And the best one was like, the best one I've seen was when you both pointed at your mum and your mum fucking hated it because I giggled my tits. Like, I was watching it, like, obviously I watched it because I thought, oh, fuck it, I might as well do because then I could have a conversation with about it. I see you point at your mum, your mum's like, fuck off. But no, the good thing is, like, everyone who's planned more of the wedding, you both pointed over at your mum.
Well, it is true.
The thing is, like, fucking, you seems like you get on really well, and that's probably a good thing. It scares the shit out. Do you know what? The only thing that scares me is I probably, if I'd got married when I originally was going to get married, I would have been married nearly, Christ, 8 years. Near enough. 7 years. I would have been married 7 years. Right now. I was meant to get married at like 24. Scares the shit out of me, look. Absolutely scares the shit out of it. Because, like, the thing is, it nearly happened. And then, like, did you know why me and Helen split up?
I can't remember if you said, to be honest. I think you just said, oh, did you know we split up?
I think, right, it was one of two things. I cheated on her. I cheated on her, but it was like a mistake. I was drunk. I cheated on her, like, pissed. Obviously, I told her. That was one thing that started it off, and then another thing is, like, you know, like, when we first moved in, we was all lovey-dovey, and by the end of the relationship, like, for the last 8 months, like, 6-7 months, I slept on the couch, or, like, as she was going to bed, I'd be up all night, and, you know what I mean, so, like, we never seen each other, at all, and we didn't really want to spend time with each other, and then it came to Valentine's, like, the thing is, like, I don't cook that often. Like, I won't cook a big meal because I can't be asked. I cook like a romantic, like a roast chicken. I cooked a roast chicken dinner and got like a cat because we couldn't afford much money. Money was tight. I went and got one of them fucking candles. We love it. It was like Valentine's Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was our anniversary because we got married. Like, we got engaged at, like, Valentine's Day. So I went and bought a candle, told her to buy a bottle of wine, with like the money we had. Like, we had like a couple of quid left. She came back in, and I was like, oh, we've had a power, like, I tried to be romantic. Oh, we've had a power outing, blah blah, I tried to bluff it. Every motherfucker had the lights on that street. Right? And then she turned lights on. I was like, turn the fucking lights off, and she came in, she went, oh, that's so sweet. Played some music. Literally nothing. We both went to bed. Oh no, she went to bed and I slept on the couch. I was like, it's done. And after that, like, I came down here, to see my friend, and like every 5 seconds she phoned me, right? Thinking I was cheating on her. I was like, you phone me again in the next 5-10 fucking minutes, I'm fucking ending it. And I swear, it must have been less than 2-3 minutes. She phoned me again. I was like, alright, tell you what, call your mum, tell her I don't want to get married. And after that, it was fucked after that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I think that's it. I feel like that is it for today. What do you think, Ryan? You got any stories you want to add? Try fucking Tyro?
No, I think this is about it, really.
Oh, here's one. How did you and your missus meet?
Through Tinder.
Fuck off. That's just a shag site. How did you meet through Tinder and get married? The fuck? You met through Tinder?
Yeah.
I thought it was... I didn't even know that. Do you know what? Me and Ray's never talked about how him and his missus talk. Please tell me you're not going to tell your kids that. Come up with a better story. Don't test fucking Tinder. Saying that by that point...
At the end of the day, people always say that it doesn't work, but it worked for me, so...
I know, I'm not saying that, but, like, just don't tell your kids it's Tinder. Say, like, you bumped into her at a supermarket or some shit. Come up with some score. Fucking hell. Can you tell your kids that? Oh, how did you... Oh, well, we met on a shagging site. Fucking hell. By that point, by the way, that fucking app's going to be outdated as shit.
Yeah.
What do you think the next big dating app will be?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because Badoo's dead. Puff's dead. Tinder's pretty much... Well, Tinder's one of those. Tinder will die eventually. You know what I mean? Fucking... Here's a question. Did you like her or super like her?
I can't remember, to be honest, mate. That was quite a while ago.
Couldn't have been that long ago, because you wasn't together... Must only be like 2 years ago. What? Was it love at first sight?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was so nervous.
Mate, they're the worst though, because fucking... You know when you go out, I went on a date, one of my first dates, I got set up, and fucking, she decided in her infinite wisdom bring a fucking friend with her. So, but she gives me about 10 minutes to get from where I lived, that was the other side of St. Helens, to fucking the cinema. So I had to sprint the whole fucking way. This is by the way, this is how you knew I had cardio, because I must have sprinted and run fucking 10 miles. Easy. Fuck it, I could run a marathon a piece of piss. Do you know what I mean? I was fit. I got there, she sat me at the side of her friend, and she sat on the other seat, and I was like, fucking... And then we just watched the film. I thought, do you know what? I can't talk to her because I don't want to interrupt a fucking friend. So we end up sitting watching this movie. Oh, 1 minute.
This is where we have realism on this podcast, guys. Taking a short break while David just sorts his dog out / food, I assume. But yeah, just talking about a few fun stories that you've heard so far. I think we are near the end of this episode. We've done quite a few in one go, but we do hope you've enjoyed it so far.
Hello, sorry, mate. I'm back. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Alright, sorry, someone knocked at the door. That was the food getting delivered.
Yeah, I thought so.
Fucking, so yeah, we met up. Awkward as shit. And then she's like, do you not like me? And I was like, yeah, I just couldn't talk to you because you was fucking thinking, move dog. You was with your friend. So yeah, it didn't go well. And then we ended up dating for 3 years. So sometimes it's the awkward shit that works. So, you never know. Anyway, I think that's the end of this episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so if you've liked what you've heard, drop us a message. We'll try and keep it like this. Sorry, pause for a second. But when you have a knock on the door, you've got to go, because my dog will bark at it at 2 o'clock in fucking morning. I'll see you all in a bit.
We'll see you soon, guys. Me, Ryan, Iconic Shadows, signing out.
I forgot to say myself. And I have been your boy, David, GSA Wrestling. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you all very, very soon.
See you later, guys.
Did you enjoy our little chat? If so, why not drop a like? And if you want to see more, why not hit the subscribe button?